Who do you think would have come up with the idea to put this into RuneScape?
I would have to say that this probably came down on an order from probably the financial department. I'm gonna guess that this was not this did not hatch around a team meeting where Mod Mark and all the executive developers, game designers, and artists meet to decide what the new content is going to be. This is generally an executive order that comes down passed down by the CEO, passed down by a CFO, somebody who has dollar signs on the brain, whose job it is to make sure that revenue continues flowing and profit margins get larger and not smaller over a period of time. So these types of decisions, we currently find happening, from people who are completely, detached from the game, being, the suits.
I wouldn't be surprised if suits is the next thing you'd be able to get in Solomon's.
Just get it, you wear a black blazer, black pants, a white shirt, black tie, and then just a big dollar sign for your head.
And maybe a swagger stick so you can walk around, like you're.
Yes, yes.
Or maybe even a monocle.
How much GP have you collected today, good sir?
Mark Gerhard, the CEO of Jagex, recently commented on microtransactions in RuneScape, however made very little mention to SuperSonic Ads, and raised the ire of an already concerned community by announcing they will be putting the same thing into Treasure Hunter. By ignoring the community's concern about this, do you think he is now out of touch with the RuneScape community?
Well, the short answer is yes, but the real thing here that I want to kind of point attention to is the word now. Do you think he is now out of touch with the community? This jerk has been out of touch with the community since the day he took office. I doubt he's played an MMORPG for more than an hour in his entire life. All right, the guy he's brilliant. He's a brilliant man. He knows how to run a business. I'll give him that. However, all he sees is paper. He sees the numbers that are on paper. That's all he's concerned about because that is what his job description entails. He has never been in touch with the community, and until he gets off of his high horse, walks around the office where the grunt work takes place, where the quest development and the writing and the art and the voice acting and the musicians all get together to make the scores that bring the game alive, until he goes down there and communicates with those people and actually takes their opinions and concerns to heart, he'll never be able to make it to the players. He needs to first connect with his own staff before we can ever consider him anywhere near the actual community. He has to get out of his own front doors first.
No, knowing our luck, he'll probably walk out the front door and make himself a seventh age god or something.
That actually reminds me of a funny, not to get off track too far, but April Fool's Day, one of the posts on the forums was uh, new gods, all J mods, and it's
I,
funny. It was funny.
I,
Anyway,
I
sorry.
wouldn't rule out that April Fool's joke, not just
I know,
yet.
right?
There'll be content developers working on that next week or something. I had a conversation with RuneScape via Twitter on the 25th of March, which you have seen and is on the screen right now. I'm going to read out a part of this and also Jagex's answer. A lot of people on the Solomon's forum are extremely concerned about this and their accounts because of this. Jagex's response was, "We appreciate your concerns, Leon. We'd highlight that it's all voluntary and our filtering systems will get rid of anything we deem inappropriate for our audience." Magebit, what do you make of Jagex's response to the concern that I raised 9 days ago and now after the investigation you did yesterday?
Well, there's a few points that can be drawn from this. They say that they're filtering this system, which they may be, they may not be. There's no way for us to actually say that. They can say whatever they want. They can say that all of the filters are being, run through, a bunch of servers that are being powered by cows running on a giant, Ferris wheel for all, They can say anything they want. But the point here is you can see in my investigation all the crap that comes up. And as I previously mentioned, I had come across one offer that initially it did not ask me. It was to do a survey. It was like, take this survey and earn rune coins, and I load the page up and it's like, hey, download this piece of software, as I was talking about before. So they are claiming that they removed all of these things, but no, they're still there. And you know why they're still there? Because this is a third-party company that Jagex has no control over themselves. And when you let third-party companies that already have questionable reputations take control of a portion of your revenue generation system and your billing process as far as awarding players in-game currency, you are pretty much at the whim of whatever that company wants to do. No matter how hard you try to quote unquote filter or tailor said results, things are going to slip by. People are going to get hurt in the end because of your poor decisions, and that's really what matters. Is you can't protect everyone.
It was bad when I first saw it. It was bad when you first saw it. It was bad when you did your investigation. It was bad on the
And it's
25th.
still bad now.
Yeah, I did note during your investigation as well. I want to just draw you back to it. Is when you did your complete your surveys and you went back and reloaded the earn rune coins page, there was different ads up on that thing as well that weren't there originally.
Okay. Elaborate on that. There were different ads than when I originally started it?
Yeah, when you did, um, there was, you see the ads in an order, and then when you
Okay.
pushed refresh, there was different ads that weren't there before.
Oh, yeah. Now, that occurs for a few different reasons from what I've been able to gather. It tries to load advertisements based on your geographic location, and that's hit or miss, by the way. That works half the time. So sometimes you'll see some ads, sometimes you'll see other ads. Then sometimes it likes to filter them by category. So like if you click on an iPhone app to download something for iPhone, it might then bring all the iPhone ones up to the surface. So it's constantly cycling through them, trying hoping that you'll find something that kind of catches your eye. Um, and so that's I think that's why that occurs.
Okay, we'll probably have to do a bit of research into that as well.
I will be doing a little bit more into the system as far as do new ads appear? How often do we see new offers? Because I will be going back to try and claim rune coins that I never received. I want to see what that process is like. I highly doubt I'm going to get any rune coins by arguing with them that I actually installed these apps, which I did. I have them on my phone. I'm willing to take pictures of it to prove it, but it's like we're dealing with a company here that's sole purpose is to take advantage of a consumer who, doesn't have quote unquote money. And when you don't have money, the only other thing that you have is tradable goods or services. And in this sense, those tradable goods and services are your personal information and metadata. And by that is just as good as gold to these companies because they can then use that to market towards, people of that demographic, and they are going to do anything they can to get that information out of you. They will promise you a freaking boat if it will get you to hand over your address.
Well, I do hope you do follow this up as well because, I will be following this up like you because we are two really concerned RuneScape players. We're trying to get the word out that this stuff is not all that it's cracked up to be.
Indeed. We have to keep fighting the good fight.
And hopefully this stuff goes viral. So, well, let's hope for it anyway.
Doesn't hurt to hope.
Yeah.